each introduce us to your characters in the film?
So I play Jo Green, who originally in the novel is a man, but this version, she is a woman. And we meet Jo after a traumatic loss. She loses both of her parents, and then she finds herself at Birtwick with her uncle, and she finds Beauty, who has gone through similar trauma, and they kind of meet each other and bond, and that's kind of Jo's story with Beauty.
And I play George Winthorpe, who is the son in the Winthorpe family who come, and his sister Georgina, Lisa's Beauty, and my character George, Lisa's Ginger. And then, yeah, George and Jo, Mackenzie's characters, sort of strike up a friendship which turns into a relationship.
Yeah, Black Beauty is a classic novel that many hold near and dear to their hearts. What was your connection with the source material? What attracted you to this project?
Well, for me, it was because I am a massive fan of the original book, and I was just really, really excited. I loved it as a kid, and when I got the email, I was like, oh my goodness, please be good, please be good. And Ashley is just absolutely brilliant. She's a beautiful writer. And after I read it, I was just sobbing because of just how perfect it was. And yeah, I loved it, and I wanted to meet with her, and I ended up meeting with Ashley. And after meeting her, she's a truly phenomenal human being. And I knew that I had to be a part of this.
Yeah, I hadn't read the book before I got the meeting through, and I mean, I really loved it when I read it. But I think, you know, I'd like seen Mackenzie's work and thought she was great. And Ian had actually played my dad in a TV series like a year before, and then I read the script, and there was so much about the script that I loved. I think the relationship, well, the way Jo's written through the whole film, and then the way that their relationship works and how kind of honest and equal it is. I really love that.
Yeah, there's so many incredible messages and themes within Black Beauty. Which one resonated most with you and why?
I think for me, I think sort of, I mean, having empathy, and also, you know, I think like watching the film, I watched it for the first time a couple of weeks ago with my parents and my partner, and we all sort of thought that, you know, in like a really weird time this year where everything feels so hopeless, it's a really sweet, honest, pure story about hope and there being, you know, light at the end of the tunnel. And I think that's a really nice thing for people to watch around Christmas as well, you know.
Yeah, and I really like how it kind of just, it really plays into the fact that friendships and bonds and people, horses, souls that you meet along your way, the power of that and how that it can affect you for the rest of your life. I think that's a really beautiful thing as well. No matter time and distance, you can still always be with somebody.
Yeah, part of the preparation for this film involved training with the horses. What was that experience like for the both of you?
I loved it. I really, really loved it. I worked with horses on a film that I did previously called The Nutcracker, which is where I initially learned how to ride. And it was really, really fun and really amazing. And then I did about 10 lessons before we started filming. And then I started working with Phil Meckwis and with Cody Rawson Harris, who was a Liberty trainer on this. And just from there, I just saw how many possibilities there were within the horse world and with riding. And I just absolutely fell in love with it. It was so much fun.
Yeah, I hadn't done so much riding before, so it was, yeah, I mean, I feel so lucky to have learned that skill and also to have spent that much time with horses. I learned in London where I live, off a motorway, and it was, you know, not as like picturesque as when we got to South Africa and we're doing it there, but yeah, I really loved all the people. I think horse people in general are really lovely people as well. You know, I really loved all the girls who taught me in the stable in London, and then yeah, I think it was a treat to work with horses.
Like you were saying earlier, over the course of the film, we see this beautiful relationship form between Jo and George. How did the two of you approach that bond and dynamic between your two characters?
I think it was really fun. I think you know, their relationship in the film is really, really sweet because it's not about Jo going after George. It's just they're friends, and it just organically, they just become, you know, a little bit more. And it was really fun. And Calam is like the most charming human being you'll ever meet. So it was really fun just getting to know him and doing our scenes together. And yeah, it was a really fun thing.
It was great. Yeah, it was so. I mean, it was like, you know, we shot pretty much in sequence. So, like, we met and we were, you know, sort of getting to know each other. So it was quite natural that we were like doing those scenes, and then, you know, we became like really really good pals on set, and it was just, it's always really fun to do like those sorts of scenes with someone who you actually genuinely like. So yeah, yeah. I mean, I know. Yeah, it was great.
And then final question for the two of you. You're getting to introduce this beloved story to a new generation. What has that meant to you?
It's a really exciting thing. It's really amazing. And I love how Ashley has updated this, how she's updated the story. And I hope that people see this. I hope that they see that there is issues within the horse world. Like when we find Beauty, she is a wild Mustang and she's being rounded up. And that's how she gets on her journey of losing her family and trying to find out who she is through the rest of her life. It is an issue, and it's something that is really terrible. And I hope people see that and understand that and take it away and try to help horses and help them have a better understanding and a better way of life.
Yeah, I mean, I totally agree with Mackenzie. I think everything, I think that, you know, the script is written by, you can tell it's written by someone who has a real love for horses, as well as being a really talented screenwriter. So I think the way Ashley like weaves like genuine issues into a really beautiful story is incredibly deft and smart. And yeah, people should check out her other work.